This is Daniel in so many words.
Hey there, fellow Pokemon trainers. My name is Daniel, and in so many words, I'm starting to think that Team Plasma may have been right. Team Plasma, whose shirt I just happen to be wearing for this video, were the evil team presented in the Generation 5 Pokemon games, Black and White and Black and White 2. In the first set of Gen 5 games, Black and White, Team Plasma is presented as essentially the Pokemon equivalent of the real world's PETA, a group of people dead set on the freedom and liberation of Pokemon from what they feel are oppressive human masters. And while whether or not PETA actually practices what they preach is a whole other conversation we could have, let's keep the focus on Team Plasma for now. We all know that the big swerve at the end is that Getsus, their leader, was in fact full of shit. At the climax of the game's main storyline, Getsus reveals his true intentions, to guilt trip everyone into releasing their Pokemon so that he could capture them all and rule the world. Now obviously Getsus himself was a two-faced disingenuous prick who didn't actually care about Pokemon liberation, but clearly N and most of Team Plasma's followers actually did buy into this doctrine and really did want Pokemon's well-being to be protected. And I gotta tell you guys, part of me thinks that Team Plasma may have been right. Now obviously a lot of us have been playing Pokemon for years and years and years. A lot of us since Gen 1, and we've never really paid any heed to what was actually happening or what we were actually doing to these creatures. When you look at it objectively though, what we've actually been doing is ripping these creatures from their natural habitats and catching them for our own use. We've been doing this using these devices called Pokeballs, which were specifically designed to capture a wild Pokemon. According to Lucian of Sinnoh's Elite Four, a Pokemon that's been weakened will instinctively curl into a ball shape to encourage healing, and a Pokeball actually takes advantage of this natural instinct. Furthermore, even though how is never really specified, a Pokeball is somehow able to replicate this Pokemon-friendly environment for a weakened Pokemon, and this actively discourages the Pokemon from trying to resist capture. In one of those memory link flashback scenes you can unlock in Black and White 2, Drayden of Opelousas City will talk about how there was a time before Pokeballs were invented where Pokemon would choose instinctively to follow trainers who tried to understand them instead of just any old person who had a nifty device. The obvious upside to the invention of Pokeballs is that everyone can catch and train a Pokemon. The obvious downside, of course, is that everyone can catch and train a Pokemon. And once it's caught, a Pokemon seems to submit entirely to the will and morality of the person who caught it. It doesn't matter whether you're a youngster who wants to be the champion or an evil crime lord who wants to rule the world. If you caught the Pokemon and you can train it, it's probably gonna listen to you. So I guess we're right back to the original question. Is catching and training Pokemon right or wrong? I know it seems like a cop-out, but I don't think there's a very clear answer. Yes, everyone, good or bad, has access to the technology to capture a Pokemon and make it obey their will, but the technology itself is not intrinsically good or evil. It's how it's used. Now, whether or not Pokemon chooses to delve into its own morality ever again like it did in Gen 5 remains to be seen, but even if it doesn't, we as players should still consider and discuss these issues. So, while I think that Team Plasma had some pretty valid points, I do still believe that Pokemon only achieve their full potential and achieve the greatest things under the loving guidance and care of a Pokemon trainer. And besides, why should I release my Pokemon just because Team Plasma said so? I think I've finally bred some decent competitive battlers. I'm not gonna give those up for some nerds in medieval cosplay outfits. So, what do you think? Do you think there are positive aspects to catching Pokemon, or do you think Pokemon would be better off without us? Either way, let me know in the comments below. But until we meet again, insert catchphrase here.